Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is, or do you? Because I know you're expecting a preview, but for me personally, I'm not feeling that right now. I'm feeling about talking about some other man's club, another man's club, a club that really right now is going through just ups and downs, drama. It's a sitcom at this point, and for me, it's got to be covered. Manchester United. I've got to give my opinions on the current state, the previous state, and the future state. I've got to really talk about this one in detail because Man United have been the banter club of the season so far. They've taken Arsenal's place. I know Arsenal got their ass whooped at the weekend, but we all expected that. That's nothing new. That's nothing to be surprised about. Manchester United, from where the expectations were, have fallen so short. And it's all because they kept a club legend longer in his jurisdiction than they needed to. We already know what that feels like as Chelsea fans. Sometimes you just got to let go. Do you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of songs about it. Adele's got a whole album for you, man. Sad song, I know, but sometimes you just got to let it go, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to let a brother go. And he was incompetent. He wasn't good enough. It was clear. It was clear from the style of play or lack of. It was clear from the in-game management. It was clear from the press conferences, the media, what he would say. Trophies are for egos. Managers with egos. What? You're at Manchester United, rude boy. You're meant to be winning trophies. That's the whole point, no? Winning mentality, DNA, the United way. It was all just so confusing for me to watch. It was hilarious, but it was also confusing. And again, buying players of different types of styles. And I know in his last interview, he said he left a much improved squad for the next manager. I know he shed a tear. I know that got you emotional at home, you Manchester United fans. Did he leave a good squad? I'm here to answer that right now. I think he's left a very good squad in terms of ability. I think Manchester United have got bundles of ability. Did he leave a good squad in terms of style, an imprint, a plan? No, he did not. There is a cluster of players in that team that belong to different formations, different styles, different approaches. You look at Wan-Bissaka, a fullback that at Crystal Palace was tearing it up. Tackles, interceptions, recoveries. But is he going to be a modern day fullback who gets far forward like a Cancelo, like a Trent, like a James? Absolutely not. Is he going to provide assist upon assist? Pass after pass, cross after cross? Absolutely not. Is he fluid for combination play? Absolutely not. Does he suit a winger that you chased for 2 windows in Jadon Sancho? Absolutely not. Jadon Sancho had a Kimi to play with, and then you give him Wan-Bissaka. Make it make sense. So that correlation already, those 2 players already, it makes no sense down the right wing. You go to the defence. Do you want to play with a high line like Liverpool? Do you want to play like a low block like Burnley? Harry Maguire. A very good centre-back in the Premier League. Don't get it twisted. But can he play in a high line? For me, not so much. Has he got the pace to recover? The intelligence? I don't think so, personally. He played at Hull City. He played at Leicester. He played in back threes. He's a very good ball carrier. He's someone that in a back three can be shielded and looked after by others. And he's a traditional, maybe old-fashioned centre-back. Aerial duels and whatnot. But in terms of, high line, defending with space behind you, concentration, all these things, does it really suit the way Man United are trying to go as a pressing team? Because that's what Oli told you. We want to be a pressing team. So if you're going to be a pressing team, why do you sign Cristiano Ronaldo for 36 years old? Why? Is it because Manchester City pressured you? Is it because you thought that he was going to go to Manchester City and then you signed him out of a panic? Did you need a striker? Were you struggling to score goals? Did you not just give Cavani a new contract? These are all the things that go through my mind with Manchester United. And the next manager that comes in is going to be crucial. And I'm going to give you an unbiased take. Of course, from a Chelsea boy point of view, I would love for you to keep Carrick in charge as interim for the whole week. Please, please let that be the case. Keep Carrick, Fletcher, whoever it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Wheel out Roy Keane from the studio if you wish. He did a great job at Sunderland. Unbelievable job at Ipswich. Bring him too. Bring the whole class of 92 as well. Giggs. Give it Giggsy to the end of the season. All of these guys. But if I'm telling you what you really should be looking at now, you already missed the boat with Conte, in my opinion. Someone with experience who's managed big players before, who knows how to adapt his system to the players that suit it. Yes, he's very demanding. Yes, he's probably going to expose the Glazers to a ridiculous level. He's very impatient. And this is why the whole Tottenham thing does confuse me. But that is a guy. Zidane is another one. A guy that's managed big names. 3 Champions Leagues in a row. He's going to come. I know. His wife said, no, thank you. His wife immediately shut that down. But that would have been a great guy to bring in. Someone who's going to command respect from everybody in that dressing room immediately. Because that's what Man United need right now. I've heard people talk about Ten Hag. This is not Ben 10. This guy, Ten Hag, is used to coming into systems, is used to coming to clubs with structure from top to bottom, with a clear ethos, with a clear philosophy. That's Manchester City. That's, for me, the job that he really should be stepping into next when Pep leaves. But Manchester United, with all of those different characteristics and players that I've spoken about, egos, so much older players, Pogba, big ego, Ronaldo, big ego, Bruno Fernandes, big ego, Harry Maguire with the captain's armband, who's going to rip that off of him? So for me, you've been linked with Zidane, the wife told you no. That's an L. Conte, you didn't act quick enough. You lost the El Saki code. That's an L.
My suggestion is
Ragnick. Ragnick's an interesting one, although he's usually tends to be a director of football, doesn't he?
Nah, he's looking to get back into management.
Or a technical director.
Yeah, he wants to be a manager again.
Now, he's an interesting one as well. Whether you guys go through, I'm not too sure. He is kind of the father to the Klopp, to the Tuchel. They've spoken highly of this guy. I haven't seen him in the managerial role as much as I would like to give a clear comment on what he's going to do for you. But I think he's a better option than someone like Ten Hag, who for me is used to dealing with players who definitely take instruction, press from the front, play beautiful football.
Let me slap one more name in there.
Poch?
He's in 1 year of contract now. Poch is not leaving. It would take too much.
Poch, apparently, according to reports, Poch said he would like to leave France. A lot of his family is still in England.
It would take too much to get him out of
Too much money. But maybe a little deal could be struck. Zidane goes to PSG.
Last year of his contract, and is world-renowned and world-loved, Bielsa.
Ooh, I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
The players that United have, Bielsa can't find a system.
Bielsa's a good coach, but I feel like what he commands in terms of running off the ball and energy that he wants his team to come with, I don't think that suits Manchester United at all. Ronaldo doesn't have that energy. Pogba off the ball doesn't have that energy. Bruno Fernandes doesn't have that energy. Now, unless I don't think you're going to get all those guys to buy into what you're asking in terms of the amount of running Leeds do traditionally. I don't know about this season, they're having a stinker, but traditionally, Bielsa's teams, they run into the mud. Literally. So I don't know if Man United's team is quite suited to that. Poch, I've been calling for Poch to get a lot more respect on his name. I know he's not having the greatest time at PSG, although I do think that's over dramatized. You spoke about that as well. Is it? Are they not top of League 1? I know
people see headlines when it comes to football and just think that's the entire story. PSG are doing bad by PSG standards, but PSG standards are League winners 7-5 3 years running in a row. No.
But he is top of the league, which is expected with the players that he's got.
But people just see headlines and go, they're doing terrible. They're not doing terrible.
They could be doing better.
They could be doing better by PSG standards.
I think it's the football that, in terms of getting Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe to connect is what people are complaining about. That chemistry hasn't come off yet. Obviously, Messi only just got his first goal of the season in Ligue 1 over the weekend. But what I will say is, don't judge Poch. If you do get Poch, I still personally rate Poch. Don't judge Poch just off this PSG stint. Look at what he did at Tottenham. Look at what he did at Southampton. He brought those teams up levels. He coached players. He improved players. He created Harry Kane. He created the team that Liverpool ended up robbing. And in a team, for me, that needs to be coached, which is Manchester United, but also someone with Premier League experience. Has he worked with enough big names? He's worked with them at PSG now. I do think that is a drop-off at Man United. Yes, you've got Ronaldo, but I still feel like Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe is kind of like the elite of big names that maybe won't take instruction to pressing. It's crazy. But in terms of at Man United, he might have to tweak a couple things. Will any manager have the balls to drop big names at Man United? That is the question, because so much of Ollie's time at Man United has always been about not dropping big names and potentially playing into the pyramid scheme. That's why Van der Beek is shelved, because his ego is not as high as maybe a Pogba or a Bruno, so he can't get in. And he doesn't want to switch it. He doesn't want to drop a McFred.
I don't think that is the issue. I don't think that was ever Ollie's signing. I think
he was signed under Ollie's tenure.
There's more to this than, again, I'm not just one of these people that are just going to stockpile negativity on Ollie. There's a lot more to that situation between Ollie, the board, and the players than makes sense. I think the board have been signing players Ollie may not necessarily want or know what to do with. And this caused a whole issue. The Sancho thing is completely different, but the Van der Beek situation, I think there's more there.
It seemed like a weird signing to make, personally. I mean, unless you was going to move to a 4-3-3, maybe. But it was always weird to me. Unless Pogba was 100% already going to have been gone. So many things come into it. But Poch is a target. What do you make of Brendan Rodgers? I've seen a lot of people criticising Brendan Rodgers, not really giving him any creds.
We spoke about him in the preview. Great manager.
Great manager.
I would be, as a Man City manager, if Pep does decide to leave in 62 years, then we bring in Brendan Rodgers as a replacement when he's 90 for like a couple of years. Yeah.
When he's 90?
Yes, because Guardiola ain't going nowhere.
I personally think Manchester United's best options right now that are realistic are Poch and Brendan Rodgers. I'm seeing a lot of criticism for these guys. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they're washed or they're finished or they're not good enough for the top level because they're judging Poch at PSG. Again, a toxic environment that Tuchel just came out of. They're saying to Brendan Rodgers, you're not good enough to compete with Tuchel, Klopp, and Pep. Very few are. But beggars can't be choosers. They can't. And for me personally, you need to go up to that next level where you're coached, you get a style of play, and I know this team is ready to win now, Man United fans, but you missed your chance with Conte. And you've probably missed your chance already with Zidane, with his wife already, you know what I mean, shutting that deal down. Who else is really out there, realistically, that you can snatch?
They move quicker, they could have had a
You might have to start again. But fundamentally, you need to be coached. You haven't been coached in years. You need to get a coach in who's got Premier League experience. And for me personally, those are your two best candidates. And there's going to be pros and cons. But for me, the pros outweigh the cons. So that's all I have to say. It's been a mess at Manchester United. It really has. Much to my fulfillment. I've enjoyed it very much.
It's been the best of times. It's been the best of times. We love you, Ollie.
We're going to miss you, all right? I definitely shed a tear in that interview. Good luck, Manchester United, but not really, because this weekend we've got a game. I'm looking forward to that as well. So, listen, people, I've enjoyed giving Man United some tips and whatnot, but hopefully they don't take any of them. We got a game at the weekend, Chelsea versus Man United. Before that, Champions League fixtures, of course. Like I said, keep those interims just ticking over until then. And then afterwards, maybe then take my advice. In a bit, people, peace. Smash up the icons. You already know what it is.